Hey guys, Evan Snydman here with Dr. Vice again. Today we're going to show you 3 different variations on this belt squat that aren't actually a squat. These are going to help in building glutes, post chain, and just overall load for the legs without actually having to load the spine up. So it's all hip loaded with the belt squat. So Dr. Vice is going to jump in. So the first movement we're going to show is a belt squat march. And right now, as you can see, we have bands attached. You can load weight, you can add bands, or you can do bands and weight if you want. But for today, we're just going to show you with a band attachment. And so all Dr. Weiss is going to do is he's going to square up his feet, and he's going to march in place, just simply lifting the legs up. So the key to this movement right here is making sure the feet are squared up the whole time. People like to kick their legs out when they're marching up. But by keeping the feet squared up, we're really hammering out that we're hitting that high glute right through here.
That's a burn. Woo.
Perfect. So next variation we're going to show are static holds. And what you want to do with these is kind of load up the band tension. So specifically, when I'm working with myself or with anybody else I work with, I like to load up the band tension on here. So we're gonna have anywhere from 2 to 5 plus bands on there for maximal tension pulling you down. And so how Dr. Weiss is gonna set up ultra wide, feet slightly turned out, and what he's gonna do is he's gonna flex the quad, lock the knee, while squeezing the glute and locking the hips into place. And you can do this, I usually do this for time. So what Dr. Weiss will do is he's just gonna hold this position and usually 30 seconds to a minute depending on how much band tension you have. So this is a way for us, the legs, primarily without actually loading the spine again and feeling the weight on the back, to feel all the brunt of the weight as we go. That's why you really need to load that up with band tension. And so, we're not going to hold it for the whole duration of time, but just as an example, this is pretty much the positioning you want to be in.
And always make sure you keep focus on the squeezing the quads and the glutes. Grab that hip forward.
We don't want to unlock. You want to be full tilt, locked in the whole time. And so our final movement is Dr. Weiss is going to turn around. We have a barbell set here in place already, so he's going to grab the barbell. And now we can set up, and this is just a different variation. First, we're going to show you a conventional RDL. So we're simply going to push the hips back, keep the lats locked, push the hips through. Now the nice key with this is because it's hips loaded, he really has to focus on that glute squeeze, pushing hips through every time he comes up. Perfect. So the next one we're going to show, same thing. We're just going to go into a wide or sumo stance. Same exact thing. All you're going to do is keep the lats locked, push the hips back, get the stretch in the hamstrings, push it through the glute, lock it through. Awesome. Perfect. And so that's our 3 different variations that aren't an actual squat in the belt squat.
Alright guys, now that we showed you some belt squat variations, we just want to show you some warm-ups you can do for the hips and for the glutes. We're using the little hip circle band. So Evan's going to demonstrate some stuff. So we're going to put the band around your knees. You just put it right above your knee, and then we're going to just start off doing a simple movement, just doing some lunges. So he's going to demonstrate doing a backwards lunge. You can do this forward if you want to, but you're just showing backwards just for the camera's sake here. So he's just making sure he's stacking his legs over there, making sure that the band is not pulling his knees inward. He's making sure that he's always activating, pushing that knee out. You know, staying nice and tall, making sure that the knees over the ankle, everything's nice and tall with that. So the next one he's going to show some little squats. So he's going to turn here. So same thing, the band is around his knee, but coming down, he's driving that hip, he's pushing his hips back through there, driving his knees out. So once again, he is dictating what the band does, not what the band does to him. So he's just activating that. So that's a good warm up, doing, you know, just you can do a couple sets, 10 reps, things like that, just to warm up, get the blood flowing. And the last one, which is a great one too, is doing an activated glute bridge. So he's once again on the ground, so his knees, feet feet are all lined up, stacked up with his hips there. He's gonna focus on squeezing the glutes, keep his knees out, and just drive up. So come up, get that squeeze, it goes back down. So that's all he's gonna do. So he's gonna come up, squeeze. We're getting those booty gains, guys. Summer's coming. So yeah, so those are our movements there. So just real 3 simple warm-up variations with a hip circle, just to warm up those hips, get the glutes activated, and that's that. So if you guys want any other videos you want us to do, please put a comment, ask questions, and then we'll make whatever videos you want.
Absolutely. The more feedback you give us, guys, the more we'll be able to do. Otherwise, we'll just keep posting whatever we want.
All right, so once again, this is Evan and Vice, twinsies here at NAS Power.
Yes, sir.
Ah.